Thank you, Share Every, and thank you, Coach Ram Babu, for having me. Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics: psychology of popularity. Now, I know for sure when we think of popularity, we have so many ideas in it. We may think about celebrities, we may think about people who are rich, we may think of money, we may think of glory, Queen Elizabeth. So I want all of you to tell me in the chat box the first thing that comes to your head when you hear popularity. Can I have some responses? One more thing, let's make this webinar quite interactive. You can put your questions in the chat box and I will ask many questions. You can answer that. It's really fun when it's interactive. Tons of admiring fans, Sandra says that. Anyone else? First thing that comes to your head. Name and fame, definitely. Tons of admiration, name and fame. Center of the party, definitely. To be unique. Okay. What I'll do now is, I will show you pictures of some people. And you can tell me, why do you think they are popular? Or maybe, if they are popular enough, you can tell me their name. And maybe you can tell me the reason for their popularity. Hope I will get to share it properly now. Can anybody tell me if all these three people are popular and why are they popular? Let's start with the first picture. Who is in the first picture?
Mukesh Ambani from India. He is a popular in business.
Can anybody else tell me the second picture?
Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he is popular because of his great acting. He is very well known about his acting. Yes, ma'am.
Third picture, anyone?
Mother Teresa.
So first people, Ambani is popular for money. Mother Teresa is popular for charity and social work. And Amitabh Bachchan is popular as a celebrity. Now this is the typical definition of popularity which we have. Now let's understand the psychological definition of popularity. Popularity is being the peak of your social group. Popularity begins with you being the center of a group and having influence on your group. You may be popular in your school, in your job, in your college, in your community, or the place you live. Or simply, you may be popular in your family. Let's understand from where popularity comes especially. As we all know, we humans are social animals. We love being in a group. We cannot survive without a group. We want to be a part of group. Group is where we belong. Another theory of humans is, in this group, we also follow the Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest. The most popular one will get more friends. The most popular one will be more rich. And the most popular one will be more liked by others. The strongest male lion will be selected to reproduce. The fittest male lion will get many lioness around him. Hence, it's very simple. The most popular or the fittest lion gets the most fittest mate. The more popular you are, the more popular partner you get. As simple as that. Popularity shapes our life, although we may not understand this clearly. Let's take human example. If you are rich, handsome and a reputed family, the partner or people you interact with are of the similar level. Rich, reputed and of the same societal status. So your social skills are very much aligned with your popularity. That is your group. Alright? This is the basis of popularity. We humans are social animals. We love being in a group. But in a group, it is our duty to be the most fittest or to be the most successful one. So we get all the good opportunities, and the good opportunities can be passed on to our family and to our kids. Because as Darwin's theory says, it is always survival of the fittest in the animal kingdom. We humans still have a lot of animal traits in us. Coming to popularity is one word which comes in different levels. Let me for now divide popularity in 5 levels. First is popular. People who are very liked, everyone wants to be with them, everyone likes to be around them. Second are people who are controversial. They are sometimes liked, sometimes disliked. There are many issues with them. They will always be in the gossip. They are always spoken about. Then we have people who are rejected. People who are rejected are disliked. Nobody wants to be with them. Nobody wants to be their friends. Nobody will go along with them. And the other group is people who are neglected. People who are least noticed are people who are neglected. They are not even considered. They are ignored. And then we have the average group of people. Average group of people can have little bit of all of this. Being popular, being controversial, being rejected, and being neglected. Okay? Before I start, I want all of you to take a time to think about your level. Which level do you fall? Maybe you can take a note on your book or on your phone. Which level do you belong? Are you popular? Are you controversial, where you're hated sometimes, loved sometimes? Are you rejected, you're disliked? Or are you ignored, that you're neglected? Okay? Or you are average, you have a bit of everything. Now let's understand, where does this popularity start? Popularity starts as small as 3 to 4 years. Research has shown that people as small as children as small as 3 to 4 years can tell which are the popular kids and which are not the popular kids. There are studies in America which show that children of color, children who are brown or dark, seem to cry over the fact that they are not popular like the white kids. So popularity starts very early in our age, to 3 to 4 years. First factor of popularity in children is likability. Infants or children from 5 or 4 to 8 or 9 years will like the other child if the other child is friendly. If you are the teacher's pet, you will be liked in the class. So it's very simple in childhood. If the teacher likes you, your classmate will also like you. Okay? Those people are popular. Children who are more friendly and teacher's favorite are popular. Whereas the other kids who are trying very hard to make friends, who are trying very hard to be teachers' friends, are rejected. Nobody likes them. If you're trying to make friends too hard, you're trying too hard to make friends, other children won't like you. If you're aggressive, if you're impulsive, then you will be controversial. You will be rejected if you're aggressive or if you're impulsive. On the other hand, if you're anxious and if you're scared, then you belong to the neglected category, where your people just ignore you. Your classmates ignore you, where you are neglected. So this is as simple as that. Disruptive kids, but if they are playful, they can be controversial kids. Different levels of popularity start in the childhood phase, as I said. Moving popularity, then we have the adolescent phase. Adolescent phase is a mixture of likability and your status. In adolescent years, high status, attractiveness, having a car, having rich, and social dominance are the signs of popularity. As I said, in childhood, if you're teacher's favorite, you're popular. Whereas in adolescent, if you listen to teacher, you're not popular. If you listen to your parents, you're not popular. If you fight with teachers and if you fight with your parents, then you're popular. So the definition of popularity changes from childhood to adolescent. Adolescent like to be rebellious. So if you're rebellious, you're popular. Everybody will like you. If you're nerd and if you listen to teachers, nobody will like you. At these years of adolescence can also be tracked to which culture you belong. Let's say in our Indian culture. In our Indian culture, the adolescents who work in corporation, which work in a group, who have many best friends, or they know how to work together, are more popular. Whereas in American culture or in the individualistic Western culture, adolescents who are aggressive, who know how to protect themselves, who don't depend on others, may be considered to be more popular. So the definition of popularity changes from childhood to adolescent years. You may also think back in the time when you were an adolescent. What did you do that time? What was your status in school? Now your adolescent years will very much determine your adulthood. Adulthood is an important part of popularity. Here, these are the signs of popularity in adulthood. If you're helpful, you're popular. People who are popular are always ready to help. By helping, they also take help. So when you take help from others, you make others feel belong. You make others feel wanted. People who are popular also know to keep a group together. They are good leaders. They can make the right decisions. They are confident, and their confidence is attractive. So people who are popular are confident, and we are attracted to them because of their confidence. Because of this confidence, they can hold a group together and they have good leadership skills. Along with that, you will see that popular people come with original ideas which are very unique, and it will definitely catch your attention. Speaking about attractiveness, yes, some people may be physically attractive, or some people may be emotionally attractive. You may like someone, or someone may be popular because they are good by heart, or because they know how to maintain friendship. They know how to keep the friendship going. They know how to make others feel loved. So much of your adulthood life, like me and you, we are adults, right? We are not children and adults anymore. In adulthood life, person who is able to handle others, a person who is able to make others feel loved is much more popular than others. So here's where our popularity comes, and these are the particular signs of popularity, which is very much affected by your childhood, adolescent, and comes to adulthood life. All this is very much about popularity and how are some people popular. Now let's talk about what happens to the unpopular children in school. What about those who are rejected? What about those who are neglected? Now we know very well that people who are popular get their way on top. They get good social group, they become good leaders, they know how to get along with people, they develop good social skills. But the children who are rejected and neglected face a lot of issues in life. Let's say rejected children. Children who are rejected try very hard to make friends. They don't understand how to behave. They show a lot of aggression and unfriendly behavior. Rejected children are not considered to be a part of a group because most of the other children find them uncool, or most of the other children don't like their behavior. And that is the only reason why we reject a child or why we reject an individual. Just because they appear to be unfriendly and aggressive, and we don't want them to be a part of our group. Now coming to neglected children. Children who are neglected are not given any importance. Because of their low confidence, they don't even try to make friends. They don't follow any social groups. They are neglected and ignored by everyone, and they are disliked by the majority. If you see people who are rejected and neglected almost fall in the same group, all of them face something known as unpopularity, which affects their life throughout in the adolescent and in the adult phase. Think for once the people which were there with you in your school, the people which were neglected by all the classmates, the children which were not recognized, the people you rejected as your friend. And why did you do that? Why did you reject some people in your life? Why did you not like some people? Moving on from unpopularity in school to, let's say, the controversial children. If you see in your school, you will have some children who are hated and loved at the same time, right? They get popular for good reasons and for bad reasons. Majority of us may have mixed feelings for them. I can say that, you know what, that person is really nice. He helped me with my homework. At the same time, the controversial child will have a mixed personality. That I can say, no, he's very aggressive. I saw him bullying someone. How you're controversial in school affects your ability to gain social rewards. You will constantly seek to be the center of attention because you love being in the controversy. You love creating rumors about you. You want to be controversial. Hence, the controversial kids tend to develop high self-confidence. At the same time, they may be aggressive, but they may also be very social and playful. Okay? So, we have seen the popular kids, the rejected and the neglected ones, and now the controversial ones, which are always in the limelight, and we will have a mixed opinion about them, or they will have a mixed personality. Coming to all this, now after looking at all this, the question is, what is making kids in these different zones? Why are kids in these 5 different zones? Why are we all not popular, or why are some of us controversial, some of us neglected and rejected? What plays an important role is the parental level of popularity. Your parental level of popularity is shown in my popularity will be reflected in my child's behavior also. My level of popularity is shown in my child's behavior in school, in how my child behaves with my friends. If the way mothers interact with other mothers is clearly seen by the child, the way I will interact with other mothers of my child's friend will teach my child how to behave in a group, which teach my child how to talk to others. The larger parental social network leads to children learning to behave. If I have a large network and my child keeps meeting different types of people, then my child will learn how to behave. The more interaction I have, the more interaction my child has, better social skills are developed because of the parental network. Because I myself have a big social group, my child is learning to develop. And my child knows how to behave in a group, how to develop your social skills in a group. Now let's talk to children who belong to rejected and neglected category. What about their parents? Their parents don't have big social group. What about them? Why are they neglected? Why are they not in the popular category? Well, this is because the way parents talk to their child really makes a lot of difference. If I keep telling my child, world is a bad place, everybody is bad, there are bad news happening everywhere, we are filled with cruelty, everything is wrong in this world, the child will ultimately start hating others. The child will keep a distance from everyone else in the class. The child will be isolated from the class and from the group. Same way, if I tell my child that get scared of everyone, teachers are scary, you need to be scared of teachers, you need to be scared of bullies, you need to be scared of everything, then the child will be neglected. The child will develop anxiety and loneliness because of my experience. Because of my experience with my classroom when I was in school. Hence, parents pass on their popularity to the children. Kids in reflected groups show that they withdraw from the social experience. They withdraw from being in a group. They get scared of being in a group. And why do they get scared? Because of the parental stories, or because what their parents tell them in the class, at home, or the way parents are nurturing them with respect to the group. Hence, parental level of popularity definitely affects your level of popularity. Also, the experience which you have had socializing with your parents, friends, and the extended families. Coming to important part. Your popularity at adolescence can shape your adult life. Let's take 2 aspects of popularity. Likability and status. We get confused between the two and sometimes we mix the two. Likability is different and status is different. Likability is when somebody is liking you for who you are, or you're being liked for something. Okay? And status is not about money. It's not about prestige. And it is definitely not about number of likes you get on social media. Status is much more than that. Your status is about how many people are there for you. How many people want to be with you. As I said again, we humans are social animals. We want to be a part of group. We want to belong to a group. Your status is higher if you have more people belonging, or if you have more people who are there for you, or if you have more friends. Similar way, likability is all about how many people are able to accept you, are able to accept the way you are. Is your group ignoring your behavior? Isn't your group okay with who you're becoming? Hence, your likability and status, which you experience in your adolescent years, does shape your adult life. Let's say in your adolescent years, your group of friends did not accept you, they rejected you, or they did not like your behavior. Nobody supported you. Then you have been rejected and your likability is really less. Because of your likability, your status will also be pretty less, and you will not be respected in the same way. And these feelings of adolescence are continued through the adult years also. Because of our bad experiences when we are 15, 18, we tend to continue that in adult years. Where there we assume that people won't like us. We assume that we belong to low status. Or we assume that other person is not with us, even before experiencing something. Hence, I say that the experiences which you have had in your adolescent years are not to be taken in, are not to be continued in your adult life. Even if you do continue, make sure you have a separation between the two. Now let's come to the popular statement which I always hear. I don't care, I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be popular. I don't want to be popular. I'm okay with what I'm doing. I'm not interested in being popular. Let's face the reality. Biologically, all of us have the need to be popular, because we know that it is always survival of the fittest. The more network you have, the more popular you are, the more you will survive in this society. But this statement is very clearly seen. I want to be alone. I don't like being with people. I don't want a group. But deep inside, all of us have the need. Each time anybody says this or you say this, think about what are you actually trying to hide when you say, I don't want to be popular. Because let's be honest, all of us have. Now let's understand the dynamic of neglected or rejected children. It's very simple. If you have bad behaviors, if at the age of 4 you're fighting, you're showing aggression, you're putting kids down, you're beating them, then you will for sure experience peer rejection, where you will be rejected by majority of people in your class and your teacher won't like you. Peer rejection also leads to low social skills. If you are rejected by majority of your classmates and teachers, then you definitely don't know how to behave, because you are not given a chance to behave, because you are rejected. You are rejected by everybody, including your teachers. Experiencing poor social skills leads to facing rejection in later in life because of lack of development of social skills, because we don't know how to behave. So we don't know the appropriate way of behaving with others. And facing rejection leads to psychological issues, anxiety, stress, depression. Having a good social group or having to know how to behave in a social group can also solve your psychological issues. Hence, this is the strong connection between how you are treated in school, which group do you belong to, and whether you will develop psychological issue or no. It starts with bad social behavior, peer rejection, poor social skills, facing rejection over and over again, and development of psychological issue. Whereas the same chain for popular kids is very different. Popular kids are always liked. Because they are liked, they develop good social skills. Because they develop good social skills, they know how to behave in a group. Because they know how to behave in a group, they form more connections and they have less psychological issues. Popularity is much more than status, richness, and prestige. It is more about how to keep people together. It's more about how to get along with people. It is about being liked for who you are, being preferred for who you are. Now, if I tell you to take some time take some time and think about your adolescent years. I really want everybody to do that. You may close your eyes and think about one incident of your adolescent years. What can you think of? Think for yourself. Any one incident of your adolescent years. I can see some smiles. I can see some people smiling. Alright. Now think about what was your status in that incident. What was your status in that incident? Were you the popular kid there? Were you neglected or rejected? Were you controversial or were you average? Just there somewhere lying around? None of the categories. The incident which you remember of your adolescent years will tell you a lot about your experiences. For example, if I remember about my adolescent years, I can say, oh, I remember how bad my friends were to me. Or I remember how my friends did not consider my opinion. They were judging me all the time. Then it is very clear that maybe I was the rejected kid in my group. Maybe I was the rejected kid in my class. And because of the rejection, I didn't really develop good skills and nor good friends. But if I remember a very fun experience from my adolescent years, how I was popular, how every guy liked me, how people gave me roses and I was the most beautiful girl in my class, how I scored very well, then I have a very positive perspective and very open-ended or very positive view of my adolescent years, which I will again pass on to my next generation and tell them that world is a good place. Whereas with my rejection and neglected behavior, I will also pass that to my next generation and tell them that listen, world is not a good place and everybody is scary. So please be careful. Hence my child will be careful and will be staying away and not develop social skills. It is as simple as that. Now, since we all are adults, we have a lot of control in our hand. We have the power to define our own popularity. You decide what kind of popularity do you want. Do you want to change from what you were in adolescence? Or do you want to continue being rejected and controversial? Or do you want to be popular? Think about it. Again, just summarizing, popularity is not about money, prestige and status. It is about your ability to hold a group together. Your ability to make people feel wanted, to make people feel belong, to hold people together, to give love to the other person. Maybe a friend or family, siblings, cousins, anyone. Your ability to take the lead, to take the leadership roles. So you decide what kind of popularity you want and how will you go about it. And please remember, there is nothing like I don't care. We all have a social need to be popular and it's absolutely fine. That's it from my side. Thank you so much, Coach Rambabu.
Coach Shivani ma'am, thanks for such a wonderful insight into the topic. Now, I would like to call Coach Yamuna Rane ma'am, Director of Share Every Smarties, to give the reflection or feedback over the host message.
Very good evening to Pranada present here. And Shivani ma'am, you are awesome. So superb. It came well. Whatever you wanted to narrate, you wanted to keep in front of us, everything step by step. The tips, whatever you gave, it is really helpful as we are the group of teachers, lecturers here. So it is really wonderful tips for us. We know many things, but still you have revised it from the beginning. And at the same time, today children need counseling. That especially day by day, we are getting more distracted. Children are getting distracted online or offline, whatever the things are there. So when the teacher, when the parent, when the guardian knows the problem of the child, we really able to come out of that situation. Really wonderful. The popularity, definition for popularity, and then rejected, ignored, and many categories you clearly explained about that. And then even the solution, and really what actually the human being required from their inner side, right? From your third standard, what you said, 3 to 4 years. It actually starts with that. Yes, correct. So the child actually takes attraction from others, right? So that is the nucleus of the human family. So wonderful. Yes, it is. Everything is inbuilt in human beings. Not only human beings, even animals also do the same, I believe. But anyhow, the things what we need to know, clearly mentioned, like likability, status, and yes, today even not only children, adults, they are back of this status. Correct. Whatever they are putting in their Facebook or in the WhatsApp status, that's their liking. They are forget themselves. What is the reality? What is the real thing? That everything they forgot. Now maximum of the people are following the status and the numbers and the likes. They're below this and then the back of this, and they're living. They are coming out of the natural way of life. So likability, you said, it's wonderful, and even after 50 years, we think ourselves that we are neglected, or we are out of a main group, mainstream. Everything is what is really the payment we are facing. Everything you narrated, and even solution also you gave. So we need, especially today's life, that in CBSE schools we have all counselors will be there. Each in a school we have one or the other counselors will be there. They will be guiding. They will be monitoring the children, group by grade by grade, and they will be guiding us. So very nice, wonderful. I really expect some more classes from you, some more sessions from you. Not only this, but in this platform, I want you please give your suggestions to schools, children where really they required. I personally, with the help of Ram Babu sir, I'm asking you. Thank you very much.